Okay, so we're here for another Sila celebration. It's a joy to practice Sila. And we celebrate Sila by just reaffirming our precepts. And anyone who may be in the YouTube audience who hasn't formally taken them before, then this is an opportunity to take them. So I'm Aya Sivijana, and this is Aya Nyanika, who will be giving the talk today. Um, so Anne, just share these. Do you know what the request? Do you?
It's different. It's different.
It's different. Okay.
I'm going to go to my computer here. So
Okay. Yeah, you could do that too. You know it all by heart, pretty much. Yeah, so we're talking to somebody who's live here, I mean, in the room here with us.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
And again, switching from phone to computer. And so Anne has multiple bodies at the moment on YouTube.
Oh no. I'm sorry. My phone is not. Okay. Is that all right?
You have to turn off the volume on your other one.
Yeah. So one of them should be muted.
Oh, I meant to turn that one off completely.
Okay.
I can find leave.
I know it's hard on the phones.
Okay, there we go.
we are. Now there's
All
only
right.
one Anne.
Okay.
My volume. Okay. Okay, my volume's all the way up. Can you hear me all right? And
Yes, fine. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So do you want to start together?
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Mayam Bhante Tisanena Sana Panja Sila Niyajama Dutiya Pi Mayam Bhante Tisanena Sana Panja Sila Niyajama Tatiyam Pi Mayam Bhante Tisanena Sana Panja Sila Niyajama.
So
Scroll to Namotas. Oh,
yeah.
there.
So we can go directly to Namo Tassa. Now I'll say Namo Tassa 3 times, and then can you repeat after me? Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato.
I can't hear you at all.
Oh, thank you. You have to go all the way to, if you go to the bottom of the screen. Oh,
Oh.
no. Oh, top. Yeah.
See what's going on. It should be able to hear me.
Anne, can you hear us? I think Anne's laptop volume is not out. Can I put it in the chat for her?
Yeah.
So otherwise, we'll just do it from the room and try to.
My volume's on 100%. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
can't hear you.
But you can't.
I
It's-
should have gone back. Let me go back to my phone. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My speakers aren't working.
Oh, tech.
So sorry.
See, it's just a test of, can you be equanimous? Can you be even? Because, technology gives us all of the time to practice.
Yeah.
She can't hear me, but maybe she can at least feel it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
turn your computer off. Turn off
All
your
right,
computer.
Oh,
'cause-
okay.
Okay, so now, yep, we can hear you through your phone.
Okay, but
Okay.
it's so small I can't read it.
Oh, yeah, this is really tiny. I could do the tech while you do the leading.
Okay.
So we're going to go to Namo Tassa.
Let me.
Are you
Maybe
gonna?
Okay, so let's start with Namo Tassa. We already took the precepts.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
we gave someone here already gave the request.
The request, yeah.
Okay. So I would just repeat after you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
So now I have the three refuges, and line by line, please repeat after me. Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Tatyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tisaranam Gamanam Nitidam.
Amaye.
So we'll do the 5 precepts. And Anne can say the English as well as the Pali, and I think
The Pali.
Shanita knows the Pali. Okay. Panatipata Veramani Sikapadam Samadhyami.
Anatipat. Is she going to do the Pali? I'm sorry. Who's doing the Pali? Who's doing the English?
You can
Do-
do all of it,
do both.
and
Oh.
Tita already has the Pali memorized and knows what it means, so she's just going to do the Pali so that we don't have various translations of English.
So
So
let's
who's
do the Panatipata again.
Okay.
Panatipata Veramani Sikapadam Samadhyami. Okay, go ahead.
Panat. Oh,
Sika Samadhyami.
In the
I
English.
undertake the precept to refrain from taking the life of any living creature.
Adina Dana Veramani Sikapadam Samadhyami.
Sika Samadhyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain from taking that which is not given.
Can she do Bali?
Yeah, but she's for some reason she's not. Kama se kame su michachara veramani sikapadam samadhyam.
Yeah.
Come,
Kame su
Kami sumita jara veramani sikkhapada samadhiyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain from sexual misconduct.
musawada veramani sikapadam samadhyami.
Musawada veramani sikkhapada samadhiyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain from lying.
Suramarya Madhyapamadhatana veramani sikapadam samadhyami.
Surameraya machapamatata veramani sikkhapada samadhiyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain from consuming intoxicating drink and and drugs, which leads to carelessness.
This completes the 5 precepts. Silena sugatinyanti, silena bhogasampada, silena nibutinyanti, tasma silam visodaya. These are the 5 precepts. Virtue is the source of happiness. Virtue is the source of true wealth. Virtue is a source of peacefulness. Therefore, let virtue be purified. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Yuando Sukambalam. Well, this is a thing with the stop screen share. Okay. This is, what are you doing?
just ignore me a minute. Get rid of the. I'm trying to help. We'll talk all about this.
Anyway,
It's a good
so
example.
I was just going to say that just it takes practice, and even if we're fumbling along, it seems like we might not know what we're doing. This is just part of the learning curve. And a practice in patience or patience, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, so these are, as we're saying repeatedly, if everyone in the world kept all these precepts, what a wonderful world it would be, right? But at least we can be giving that to, it's just a gift we're giving to other people by keeping these precepts. It's a gift of sharing, of generosity, of kindness, when we keep these 5 precepts. So I just want to say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to you. And now Aya Nyanika will be leading the Dhamma section of the program, sharing some Dhamma. Let's see, and turn this word.
Oh. It's up here.
Go.
All right. Let's get
On your calendar. That I know.
That sounds good. All right. Everything's impermanent, changing, and like these technical things and people moving in the room or on Zoom or on YouTube. Where's the clock? All these little things that we do. They're just see how the mind reacts, see how the heart reacts. And you can see that there were smiles and kind of a giggle or that kind of thing here, having that lightness, having that spaciousness, because it's messy. Our world is messy. And we have personalities, and personalities rub against other personalities, and it's complicated and messy. And if we can see it as, oh, okay, yep, I'm a human being with my conditions, my habits, how I do things, how I see things. And these people around me are also conditioned, and they have the way that they do things. And you know, it's not about something being right or wrong. It may be that one way is definitely better for a particular situation, or the way that we're trying to be together. But we don't put the label of right or wrong on it. It's like what's most attuned. It's like the sama in the Eightfold Path, the samadhi, so that's it's. We do say right view is one translation, but I really like to say it as aligned view, or in tune view. And the same for all of the other factors of the Eightfold Path. Well, what is the alignment? And so when I was thinking about what would I talk about today, also knowing that yesterday we were going to be attending a large program up in Seattle with the Clear Mountain community, and that the Prayana Vihara bhikkhunis would also be there. And also it would be a lovely time both for monastics and lay people to be there in the Dhamma and celebrating Ajahn Nisabho's birthday, and just that level of movement of so many bodies being human beings coming together for a beautiful thing. And what's going on in my body and in my mind as I'm in that environment, as I navigate the people, the smells, the foods, the lighting, the just the whole, the rain outside, the hall is dark, the gym is bright, just the whole sense of that day. How am I holding it? And I had the opportunity, because we got a ride from Alex, our next door neighbor, up there, that the ride up was pretty quiet, and I just was able to do metta for an hour before arriving at the gym in Seattle. And so this sense of that open, spacious, warm heart, this kind of a bright quality because of that time of being with such wonderful Dhamma companions of Ayasuvijana and Alex and myself in the car, and looking out on all the cars around us and having this warmth of heart, this well-wishing for them, knowing we're going up for a celebration, just all that goodness. And how am I, what is it doing when I practice that metta? It's, for me, it's creating this spaciousness, and then it's the warmth and the acceptance, the quality of, yes, you can act like that, you can be like that, and I'm not going to be wavered. My heart isn't going to close to you or on myself. And that's a quality that I think is intrinsic to this thing we call the luminous mind. So this was what I was considering to talk about. And so I thought, well, I know that there are a lot of suttas that talk about this type of thing. I wonder if there's one that I could look up last night to say, well, what sutta really matches around this quality of here we are celebrating Sila, here we are celebrating the Dhamma teachings, here we are celebrating the birthday of one of the community members, and their practice, that they keep showing up with their practice and sharing it with all of us. So all of this goodness, and where in the suttas might I be able to show that this has informed my practice to create this space, this inspiration to talk today, and to root it back into the words of the Buddha. And this the one that I kind of traced back to as the jumping off point is in the Majjhima Nikaya number 24, where I think it's Sariputta's talking to someone who's come and actually doesn't know who he is. If I'm remembering the sutta right, do you know am I Majjhima number 24? It's here, it's
Somebody speaking to,
the relay chariots. Is that Sariputta who's speaking in that one?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
Haven't looked at that one for a while.
I'm not gonna say for sure though, you know, because that's not the part of my memory I checked. But within that sutta, what I wanted to pull out and the jumping point to the luminous mind is that see, where is it? Where is the name? Let me get the it's such a neat. Well, maybe I did not pull it up.
I can think about something about Sariputta, though.
Okay.
Before his awakening, when he was a seeker, he saw Asaji on alms round, and this person was just radiant. And that because the person was just so radiant, he said, "Oh, this Asaji was already an arahant," but just the way his composure was, and just the sense. And I think probably you've seen people
That
that are just
radiant,
that are radiant, and so
and steady.
Steady and radiant, yeah. So then he asked him for a teaching, and he got a very brief teaching from Asaji and entered the stream. But so while you were looking at was what I was thinking about when you mentioned Venerable Sariputta, because the kind of radiance is palpable. It's visible. It's almost visible. It's like I felt like, so for some people I know, some monastics I met, you could just even see the glow coming off of them.
Absolutely.
So but it's probably not what you were thinking about.
But it's
right
a
now.
perfect lead-in because I just checked and it is Sariputta speaking to Punya
Oh,
in
okay.
this sutta.
All
And
right.
so I love that sense though of the where Sariputta saw this, and now he's embodying it for another person who's a seeker. And then, 2,600 years later, here we are, doing the practice to embody it and share it too. So we're also very, very blessed to have the Buddha's teaching. Okay, so I did find the paragraph I was looking for. And what it is it's talking about, because here we are week after week having a celebration of Sila, our ethical conduct. And we're trying to purify that. We're trying to make it this pure, spacious, bright holding, and not have any kinkers or the drops of the defilements in it. And that's a big task that we're doing over time. And the question comes up, well, then what is it for? And in this sutta, it's quite long, the lead up. So I'm getting to the punchline of the sutta, which is that purification of ethics, of sila, is only for the sake of purification of mind. And so, and the purify, the purity, the Suddha is it's basically, that's the brightness. So like, if you wash something, if you wash your windows, and then you can see through them clearly, there's kind of this bright sparkle to them. And so it's the mind that when we're purifying our ethics, we're purifying the mind. And the sutta doesn't stop there, that purifying the mind is for the sake of purifying our view, ditthi. Like I was talking about samadhi. So that view, a purification of our view. And what's that for? The purification of view is for, traversing our doubt, overcoming, kind of going beyond the doubt. And that isn't the end point either. We then purify knowledge and vision of what is the path and what is not the path, what's skillful, what's not skillful. And from there, purification of that's not the end. That leads to purification of knowledge and vision of the practice. So how do we put this in? And the wisdom that emerges out of doing the practice. And that's not the end. And that's for the sake of the purification of the knowledge and vision. So the practice, knowing the wisdom practice leads us to the purification of actual knowledge and vision. And then the purification of that is for nibbana, the extinguishment with no fuel for craving, clinging, grasping. And then it says the spiritual life is lived under the Buddha for the sake of complete extinguishment with no fuel for grasping. So that was kind of the underlying inspiration for, why do we have Sila celebrations? It's as Ayasujana says a lot, and it's really, really true. If everyone in the world were practicing these 5 precepts, wow, that would be huge. And it's not the end. From there, we go through a purification of the mind, and the ethics will very, very much help us get there. And this I got to this by backtracking from the sutta that I actually found last night, which is in the Anguttara Nikaya, in the ones about the luminous mind. And in that one, there's a series of them. It starts at 149 and goes through 52, and then there's another set. And so I'll just talk a little bit about some of the flow. Someday I'd love to do a sutta study on this where we dig into the Pali and do some comparisons and things. But today I'm more talking about what is that quality that we have that is open and bright, spacious, free. And when the little things like, there was a time when the camera fell over here, or we found out we were muted, or I can't see the clock. Little things, but bigger things in the world, slightly bigger. I missed the bus, slightly bigger than that. Where's the rent check? That's not happening to us, but it is happening to people, or, and slightly bigger than that, or, I'm using slightly here in a very broad way. My child is sick, and bigger than that, the village doesn't have enough food, and, on and on and on. What is the quality? Even as I say those things, do I feel like I'm, pulling away, obscuring the purity, the spaciousness, the warmth that is possible to meet all of these things once we've reached the higher bar of the Buddha's practice, and what he says is possible, and what Sariputta is saying is possible to punya. So in the Anguttara, what we see is luminous is the mind, and it is defiled by incoming defilements. So that when greed, hate, delusion come into this space of the mind, it's obscured. It's like that window that has streaks on it, or a splotch of bird poo, or a streak from dirt that's been blown up.
Fingerprints.
Fingerprints. Oh yes, fingerprints. The squirrel's nose prints from the outside. All of these things, they're incoming and they obscure the luminous mind. And the next one says, luminous is the mind, and it is freed from incoming defilements. Maybe it's got some sort of coating on it, like the Teflon, and the fingerprints don't stick in the dirt, just rolls right off.
Or we've spent the time washing it.
Oh yeah, I had remember a conversation with another bhikkhuni who said, our entire work is cleaning. We look in the mind and we clean, 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 clean. I think there's a Zen story about that. Do you
Okay.
remember it?
I do.
Oh, good, because I don't. please.
But there was this woodcutter who he was very young, and I think his parents died and he went forth into monastic life. But he heard the Diamond Sutra,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had a Kensho, he woke up or something, and so he went to the monastery. No, I think his mom was still alive, so he did something to take care of his mom and went to the monastery. And then he was doing all this hard labor, but he was like already awakened.
So pure, yeah.
And so then the master is getting old and is going to pass away. And then there is a poem that people had to write the poetry to express their state of mind. And the master would choose which one would be his disciple, his successor. And then the most senior one wrote something like, there's the post and mirror bride, and then that we constantly are cleaning that to make the mirror bright, or polishing, continuously polishing. And then there's something about
no
the
dust.
so no dust delights, so no dust delights. And then the I can't remember the name of the disciple. We'll find out about
Yeah.
it later. I'll look it up.
Look it
But anyway, he says he sees this and he responds to the poem by saying, there is no stand and mirror bright, so where is there for dust to a light?
Oh,
So he was already awakened. So there is no place for the dust to light anymore.
yeah.
So then the master, is it Wang Po or something like that?
That's why I was really glad that you remembered the story.
Anyway, so the master gives the bowl and the robe to him and says, you have to get out of here, because they're not going to like this, because he was just working in the kitchen or something. Like he was just this poor
Worker monk.
yeah. And the one who thought he was enlightened actually wasn't. So but it is I think until we are awakened, that we do have this work. We have to see the defilements of the mind and work with purifying the mind. But there is a state where there's no place for the dust to land.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful imagery of the luminous mind. It's there's nowhere for the dust to land, and so there's no obstruction to the brightness, the spaciousness, the warmth, the openness.
So we can have those moments, at least, if we aren't
Right.
completely enlightened yet.
Right, right. And we can use all of these little things of, being in a traffic jam, or someone who was here had also at the same event misplaced their keys, or someone else picked them up by mistake, or we don't know, but the keys aren't here. And how do you hold that? What is the shape? So we can notice, I or for us, there was a bag that was given to us, and then neither one of us had picked it up, and so where's the bag? And there's that moment of like, kind of how it should be. Oh, one of us should have seen the bag, one of us should have remembered. It's like, oh well, we didn't. It's like this, do I need to suddenly make this bag a problem?
The beautiful thing is we didn't know it was in the bag.
We have no idea. So yeah, the mystery box. We didn't get our mystery box. Oh no. And that's exactly it, is to like notice, well, am I tensing up? Am I holding this in such a way that I'm becoming constricted and dim, luminous? One opposite might be dim. Am I becoming dim? Am I becoming blunt? Am I becoming, sore? And that I'm more and more, there are times where that just initial starting to contract comes up. So yesterday, I'm not very good historically with loud, random noise. It's just my nervous system or whatever you want to call it. I tend to like anxiety comes up, or I just get startled and uncomfortable and aversion, and and it can snowball quite badly. And so I wasn't aware that at the start of the birthday part of the celebration would be, they had handed those little kazoo noisemaker, that go out into the people who were attending. And so suddenly there's this, and I immediately noticed the initial of the sound. I knew we were about to celebrate the birthday, so my heart was happy, but there was this contraction. And I went, and just remembered, oh, there's the earth below, there's the sky above, there's the spaciousness. And can I hold this sound also with the quality of the hearts of all of these people who are celebrating? And I did not lose my balance after that initial, I was a weeble wobble that didn't fall down. I don't even know if that imagery can go for anyone younger than me, but I think all of us may know that old toy of not losing the balance. And so this is a way that I could tap back in. I think I'd said earlier that I'd been able to practice metta for the hour before, and tap back in. It's like, oh, I've conditioned my heart to know what it feels like to have a radiant metta, and to have a soft and spaciousness in the way that I'm moving, that I'm not constricted. Can I go back to that? And you can, with practice, very quickly ground and warm. And then it's like being the no post with no mirror for that moment, that the sounds can just chunk, 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 and the smile in the heart remains. So the next suttas, what I love, so after the sutta that I just talked about, that series about the luminous mind, the next ones are actually about the heart. So let me see if I can pull it. Yeah, here we are. So this is starting with 61. Let's see. Oh, no, too far back. Not far enough back, maybe. Finger snap. Here we are. The chapter on a finger snap. So this is still in the Anguttara, in the one starting with 51. This mind is radiant, but it's corrupted by passing corruption. So it's defiled by the dust that's swirling about, the kilesas, these underlying and these prevalent ways of emerging with aversion and with longing, or with a distracted, distorted mind. And an unlearned ordinary person does not truly see this. Okay, so, and then it is possible to be freed from this, and a learned noble disciple truly understands, and they thus develop the mind. So like that practice I did on the way up, that was a development practice, doing metta in a safe environment. I wasn't the driver. I could send metta to the driver, to Ayasubhijana in the front seat, to all of the people out on the road. And then when it got into that environment where there are people blowing horns and things, the next sutta, 53, says, if one cultivates a mind of love or loving kindness, metta, even as long as a finger snaps, another sound, they're called one who does not lack. And what do they not lack in? They don't lack in samadhi, that stilling. They don't lack in following the Buddha's instructions, and they respond to advice, and they for this is spoken to in monastic, they do not eat the country's alms in vain. So they're living a holy life, whether you're in robes or not. They're living in such a way that they're making much of it. And when we do that for even, a finger snap to warm the heart, respond, accept, be with that metaphor, warm, smiling heart, then we are much able to come back to that still. So I'm able to sit in that gymnasium with the horns blaring and the candles coming and the big balloons and all of that stimulation, and still have a sense of stability. So this is just an immediate example of how we apply these things. I mean, in a room packed with people who are in the Dhamma, it's not a hard learning environment. So this is the next section after this goes on to talk about friends, the quality of our friends. And then there's a section about looking at the qualities of the mind. What is wholesome? What is skillful? What is unskillful? And those that are not doing this looking, like, oh, that contraction is not helpful. If they're negligent in their sampajanya, their awareness, then it's going to lead to decline. But if they are instead diligent, heedful, have that awareness open and the mind bright, then as those things come and the contraction starts, we practice, we bring in the antidote. Let's see, it then talks about laziness. And I think this is another aspect of that. It's like, oh, this practice, it just takes so much work and time, and I have to be diligent all the time. And so maybe I'll just be lazy for now and just go look at the cake or eat the cake or the something coming up for you, Aya?
I'm just laughing at your
My analogies. Well, the cake itself at Denisabo's birthday was kind of a interesting one, because the picture on the top of the cake was of Grumpy Cat, the meme of the cat that's got the kind of just down looking face.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's a
Anyway, it doesn't
online
matter.
thing. It doesn't matter. But that combination of a sweet cake and a grumpy face, and I mean, it's just like samsara wrapped in sugar. And how do we hold that? Oh, am I attracted to it? Am I repulsed by it? Do I want to eat it? Do I want to blow the candles out? Do I, and if we're lazy, it's just kind of you go with whatever your impulse is, rather than following through the path factors, arousing the right kind of energy and noticing, oh, this is what's happening. What is the right state that would allow me to stay luminous and open and bright? And I think I'll save the rest of this series for some sutta study in the future, or a
Or
Thursday,
maybe a Thursday evening.
or yeah, it'd be make a
Like
really
a
good one.
wonderful Thursday evening reflection. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes,
this,
thank you. I think when I first came to Dhammadrini, Taloka was talking about those. And out of context, it sounds very mysterious.
yes.
It's kind of like, I think this is what a lot of the Zen,
Luminous.
all those, yeah, out of context, it sounds very mysterious and wonderful, but how do we really apply it to our lives? So thank you for bringing that all together like that, because yeah, we have to look at the whole picture, where we are now, where we could possibly get to. And can we have glimpses of that? Can we have moments of that?
Mhm.
Because the mirror is going to be there, and people are going to be putting their dirty fingers on it, and the dust is going to keep cleaning. We're going to have to keep getting out the cloth and the
Mhm.
yeah, I don't remember. I should look up that the full,
Yeah.
because it's it just seems like a mysterious teaching, but we have to get to the place where the mirror and the stand and everything is gone. It takes some work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so should we open it up for we have one person here now that may have a question?
And if not, we can just sit silently for a minute or two, but happy to receive any comments or questions. Oh, that's from last week, I think.
Okay,
It's Zoom now has this continuous
Okay.
scroll thing.
okay,
Uh,
okay. So either in the chat or you could unmute yourself if you have a question.
How about if we just spend the next 5 minutes practicing that, bringing the metta in as far, or if anyone's unmuting, they can speak first. All right then. So to practice this, there were a lot of words. I said a lot of words. I used gestures and all of this. So you might even notice just a little bit of stirring, even if there's a happy stirring. If there's anything that tightens up, or in the space of like in the listening to this on the recording, distractions in the room you're in, whatever's arising for you in this moment, and taking a breath, letting it just, as you release, letting the body relax. As the breath goes out, the body relaxes, feeling the surface below. An in-breath, noticing how the spine might extend. There's more air coming down into the belly. And on the release, letting the spine just stack up, the sense of the earth below, the sky above. Aware of the space all around us, all inside us. And there's inside space, there's outside space, and it's just this thin membrane of skin between. There's all this space around. And then bringing that warmth of metta into the heart. You might notice whether, if this is a practice you do often, how quickly it can fill the heart and bring a smile, soften the belly, soften the tongue, the softness that comes from a warm, mettaful heart. And then again, aware of the surface below, the sky above, and all the directions around. Just letting that warmth of the heart, the smile of the heart, the luminosity of the heart mind radiate in all directions. And if you've had your eyes closed, opening them and bringing in the awareness of the space around you. And that this warmth touches, permeates all of the objects, all of the space around you, all of the people in the room, animals, beings you can see or not see, that this radiant warmth, this luminous bright mind is present, holding all that you can see, all that you can hear, any senses in the nose, the mouth, on the skin. And if anything's flitting through the mind, meeting it too with this warm heart and spacious, bright mind. And over time, this practice can be done in half a breath. Just on the in-breath or the out-breath, this below, above, around, warmth. And by the out-breath, you're just radiant, bright, open, accepting, meeting, present. So I offer that just as a quick, 5-minute or less practice that over time can really help us all come back to, when the kilesa comes in or comes by, or some sort of tension, constriction, contraction develops. We can just and come back to the words of the Buddha and let that be our bright spot until we don't need to be a spot at all. And there's nothing for the defilement to land on. Thank you.
So I guess we can end then with the homage to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Thank you for joining us. Araham Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivade Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sangham Namami.
All right, shall we just do the YouTube off and then we can open up?